Hi everyone, my name is Evan Armstrong. I work for the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank on their Impact and Policy Research team, and I work specifically on service insights on MealConnect. So hopefully you already know me. If not, then here is an introduction. And today in this video, I'm going to show you how to edit any user accounts and service insights on MealConnect. So if you've changed roles at your organization, if you've gotten new people at your organization, and any of them need access revoked or added to service insights, this is how you do that. So, to start out, we'll be here on the home screen. And if you're logged into an account that is an admin for your agency, so somebody who has a personal login account, um, they will have these admin settings. There should be at least one person at your organization that does have an admin account set up. If there isn't for whatever reason, contact us via our email and we'll get that addressed. But every location should have at least one admin account set up aside from the one that we set up. So to go in, we'll go to admin settings, we'll go down to users. And for most of you, you should only be one organization. So you should just have to, once you hit users, it should bring up everybody in your organization. But since I'm looking on our food bank page, it's going to give me a number of different options. So I am going to use our friends at Crossroads Christian Ministries as an example today. So you can see they've got the CPFB admin account. That's one we set up so that we can intervene in the account if there's any if you need our help in any way. And then we've got two people here, Pastor Mac and Dominga, who are set up as agency admins, so they have some special permissions. And then we've been agency user. This is kind of a generic volunteer account. This is pretty standard for how we set things up at the food bank. But if you ever did need to create a new user, for instance, say you have a new person joining the mix that needs to kind of have an administrative role. We could create a new user, type in first, last name, job title, um, email address only if you want to log in with that email address. If you don't, then check no email address. It'll be a username. This is whatever you're going to log in with. And then type a password, confirm the password. Note the requirements. The passwords do, I believe, have to be 14 characters long, have a number and a special character. And then you'll choose your organization. In this case, that's easy. You won't have to choose the organization when you're doing this on your own accounts. And then choose the user type. There are a couple of different user types. There's agency admins. Those are the people who have the most broad access to a view of your organization. Agency users, these are people who pretty much are using it just to do intake. They don't need to look at anything else outside of that. Um, Agency viewers, people who really can't even interact with it. They can just view the data, and then intake users. In practice, we just stick to agency admins or agency users for the most part. If you're creating this and you know it's someone who's going to need to access reports, dig in a little bit deeper on the data of service insights, or edit neighbor records outside of scheduled distribution times, someone who does emergency services, for instance. Um, that would be an admin. If it's just one of your volunteers who shows up at your normally scheduled distribution, does the intake during that normally scheduled distribution, and then leaves, they don't do any reports or run any numbers through this interface, then they can be fine being an agency user. Um, but generally speaking, it's good practice to only give the broad level access of an admin to someone who actually needs it and is going to use it. Like I said, the main differences are being able to grab data from service insights as well as editing neighbor records or editing services outside of the normal distribution times. Only agency admins are able to do that. Agency users are not. Um, and then before you finish up, you'll hit active and save, and you'll create yourself a new login. If you are creating, say, if if you are creating, say, a new account that's just for shared volunteers, you can hit that shared login button. And what that'll do, I would also recommend using a username in that instance. But the shared login essentially says makes it so that the system knows this could be a different time someone's logging in. In that case, it will show the end user license agreement when you log in every single time someone logs in so that it can make sure it's accurately getting whose first and last name is actually doing the services that day. If you know you're the only person who's ever going to use that login, you don't need to use shared login, and then you'll only log in once, and it will never show you the EULA again unless it gets updated. Um, but that's essentially all we need to do within user settings. Importantly, I will just show you what that looks like. If you already have an account set up, um, let's say we have someone who is no longer going to be running the distribution. For our purposes today, we're going to pick on Dominga. Let's say she's retiring, she's done. We would move her down to if she's still going to be involved, we could move her down to an agency user just so she has limited access. Or if they are fully not going to be at your distribution anymore, you can hit inactive and it will inactivate that user account. Um, so pretty simple. Same thing. If you have a user that you need to promote to an admin, you can just change their user type right in here. If you ever need to change a password, someone at your organization forgot a password and they need to change it. On the home page, it should give them an option to try to recover their password. But if it doesn't and you need to do it yourself, you can go in the user option and you can edit the password here. So um, that's about it for this video. Stay tuned. We're gonna put out a number of these smaller videos just to show people how to use some of the features in Service Insights. And as always, if you ever need to get in contact with us, you can reach out to us at serviceinsights@centralpafoodbank.org. Morgan, Ashley, and myself all respond to that inbox, so it should be a fairly prompt response. Or you can reach out to either any of us individually or via the numbers that we have included either in our business cards or on any of the technology that we've given you um, as you've used Service Insights. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.